I started getting contractions around 12. They were far apart, and then around 3 o'clock, as I was saying, I started getting contractions at 12, but they weren't as frequent, and around 3 o'clock I started getting them more, and they were like 3 to 5 minutes apart. So we came to the hospital. They checked me. I was 4 centimeters dilated, 90% E phase, so they admitted me, and baby girl will be here in the next 4 to 5 hours, they said. But unfortunately, I can't record like the actual word, so I'll just keep you guys updated.
Yo, mommy Bill. Yo. Mommy feel pain.
Digital WhatsApp video.
Three hours later.
Crawl till you run and you run till you drive and you drive and we'll drive us both crazy. Wherever you go and whatever you do, just know you'll never not be my baby. We'll get it wrong, we'll get it right. Whole lot of tears, we both have to cry. You learn to run, I'll learn to let go. Years will go fast, nights will go slow. Lord knows the best thing that I'll ever do will be growing up praising you.
Hey guys, so I'm basically here to like explain my labor story to you guys, because y'all didn't see anything much besides me actually getting contractions. But we couldn't record, I think I mentioned that in the start of the video, we couldn't record the actual birth because of HIPAA and the nurse's face, and because I did end up taking the epidural, I basically couldn't move anything from my waist down, so we didn't really have the opportunity to record. So that's that. But as I said in the video, contractions started around 12 midnight, and I tried to sleep it off because I thought it was period pain. So I tried to sleep it off. I got back up at like 3:46, and it was too much to bear. Like, I didn't know what was happening because I wasn't due as yet. I was only 38 weeks and a few days. So basically, yeah, you can expect a baby to come at that time, but I didn't reach my due date, so I didn't expect it to happen. And we were like an hour away from the hospital that I wanted her to be born at. So we had a whole hour and something to drive. So let me tell you everything that happened. At 12, I started getting contractions, mild contractions. I went to sleep. I got back up at like 3:46. It was too much for me at the time. So I woke Shawn up and I told him we gotta go, because I didn't know like if she would be coming or anything. So I went and I took a shower. I got ready. I packed my stuff up that I needed to pack. I got everything that I needed, and we left. Around 5 something, I think the timestamps are in the starting of the video. If you want direct timestamps, you can go check it. Around 5 something, we arrived at the hospital, and right away they got me checked in and everything, and they checked me. By the time they checked me, I was already at 4 centimeters. So it's a good thing that we left and go to the hospital. So I was at 4 centimeters. They told me they're not gonna do anything to induce labor, like bursting my water bag or anything, because mind you, my water bag didn't broke, and I didn't lose my mucus pluggers yet. So that happened, and they didn't want to do anything. They wanted it to come naturally, so they checked me at 5 something when we got to the hospital, and then around 9 they came back. I was still at 4 centimeters. Water bag still didn't broke, so they told me just expect it to happen within the next 3 to 5 hours. It did take a bit longer, but yeah, they end up coming back. They broke the water bag at around, I think it was like 6 a.m. when they broke the water bag, which is when you see me started. When Shawn was recording me crying and stuff, that's when they broke the water bag. I did bear up a bit more, and then they asked me if I wanted to take the epidural. They weren't forcing me, by the way. It was like top-notch service. They weren't forcing me to take the epidural. They were fine with an unmedicated birth and stuff, but I was getting tired and the pain was getting too much, and they told me that if I continue, when it's time to push her out, I would be tired. So, which is true, because I slept like a baby the minute I got the epidural. But I asked for the epidural at 6 a.m. and they said I had to finish my bag of fluids first before they give me it. Look at the two of you. Bring her, what happened?
Say hi, Mom.
So they did come back and they gave me the epidural, and Shawn couldn't be in the room. He couldn't be around when they gave me the epidural because they had to bore me in my spine.
Say hi, Mom. Tell Mommy dead away, come inside with her.
But by the time they did come to give me the epidural, I feel as though I was at 8 c.m. But they didn't check, they just gave me the epidural, and then I went to sleep. And then like an hour after, they came back to empty my bladder, because once you get the epidural, you're numb from the waist down. You can't walk, and they would have to empty your they would have to empty your bladder. So they came back to do that, and when they came to do that, Miss Sky Pie, Danielle, her head was right there. Like, they literally called Shawn and showed him, like, look her here, it's right there. So they had to empty my bladder, and then they had to rush through everything to get her out, because she was already there and I didn't know, because remember, I can't feel anything from my waist down. So they had to like rush to do everything, which is why we didn't even get to record like voices or anything. But she was there already. They got me set up really quick, like put my foot up and everything. She was normal birth, by the way. So they were like, you're gonna do, they taught me how to push. Like, they give me a walkthrough first, and then when they were actually ready, like ready, it only took 2 pushes in 4 minutes, and Danielle was here. She didn't cry. She just came out and she was looking around, and she was a very clean baby. Like, she didn't have any of the white stuff on her or any blood or anything. As you can see in the last video before I started this explanation, you could see that her skin was very clean and everything. So we did skin to skin. They left her with me for like a hot minute. It's like more like hour, not the actual minute, but yeah. And then she did skin to skin with her dad, and then they took her, they did her her weight, her footprint, and her certificate with her footprint on it. And then they got me cleaned up. They took me over to my room that I would be staying in for the next 2 days, and then they took her for a bath. I think later that night. They didn't take her right away because they had to keep checking her sugar, and I had to breastfeed her, and every time I would need to breastfeed her, they had to come and check her sugar. So she didn't end up bathing until like, I think it was like 2 in the morning of the following day. But yeah, she was born on the 21st of April 2024 at 3:46 p.m. So 12 hours after my contractions were too much for me to bear. She was born and she weighed 5 pounds 3 ounces. So this video is not that long because there wasn't much that we could have recorded in the hospital, and after we got transferred over to our other room where we could have had visitors and stuff, we just didn't pay attention to phones or anything. We were just focused on her and spending as much time as possible as a new family together. So we were only taking calls from immediate family like mother, father, brother, sister, you know, uncle, auntie. That's it. Nobody else. And we have not been posting her pictures, which is why you would see me posting pictures and her face is blocked, or I post a video and her face is blocked, because we're not ready to share her with social media as yet. She will be christened on the 28th of July. I will do her christening video, but I am not sure. Like, we haven't said and talked about if we would be showing her face then. I do think the video that goes up Tuesday, her face is showing a bit, but not that much. But I don't know as yet if I'll still post that video like that or if I'll go back and edit it. But yeah.
So, in the labor room, it was so fabulous that I actually get to see somebody that actually think they was a robot cry. So basically in the labor room, it was kind of good, kind of bad. It was nice for me because it's my first time experiencing it. It was my first time getting to laugh somebody in pain, you know. This young lady getting this cutie pie right here, you know. It wasn't a difficult delivery. It was. So, you know what, guys, keep in mind, a lot of actions and your baby will be out very shortly. No long movements. So, yeah, so Gianella was actually whining all the time until she finally got to, was it 6 centimeters?
Yeah, it was 6 centimeters.
Yeah, she was at 6 centimeters dilated. And she wanted to go more, so she ended up taking epidural. So that's why, you guys, we couldn't get the video because she took the epidural and then she went to sleep. And then this little young lady here, and there's Sky Pie. She came out very easy, very clean. I couldn't actually video because of the little rules in the hospital, but they didn't want us to video the labor itself, but they say afterwards we can do whatever we want. I tried 1 or 2 times to get a video, but Gianella was squeezing the hell out of my hand, so I had to put my phone away. And then Skyborn, and I had to cut the navel string, so I had no time with no phone. So yeah, peace out, guys. That was my part of the story, so stay tuned.
That was our labor story, and it was a rough experience, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I mean, an unmedicated birth is hard, but the next time I go, I'm gonna do an unmedicated birth. I pray that I can keep up to do an unmedicated birth, but we'll see how that goes. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.